Hey guys, what is happening? It is Luke here. I thought I'd do this video from a different vantage point today, and it is 6 o'clock in the morning. The sun is just coming up over there. You got a beautiful view behind me of Fish Creek Provincial Park in Calgary, and the weather right now is pretty chilly. It's just around 5 degrees. It's gonna warm up to around 23 degrees today, and yeah, it gets cold at night here. It's no word of a lie. That's why I'm wearing gloves like I am. Guys, I thought today would be a good video where I can kind of do a video which follows up to my 1.5 years in video, which became a immensely popular video, and just to kind of update people on how I'm doing and what's happened and the road and path that we laid out over the past 4 years. So when we came to Canada initially, there was a lot of bumps in the road, and anybody who's an immigrant is gonna understand that. Like, you're gonna have things that test you to the limit in the first couple of years that you move, and anybody who says it's easy is just pure lying, guys. It is not easy. It's difficult. A lot of people will fail in those couple of years. A lot of people will be homesick. They'll really miss their family, and they won't know what to do. Sorry, just looking at that raven up there who's just cast off. But anyway, guys, so basically during the first 2 years, I would say, you're pretty much in culture shock mode. You miss your family. You'll have a honeymoon period for the first 6 months to a year where you're like, I love this. It's like being on vacation. Because if you haven't lived in North America before, but you've vacationed here, you'll know what it's like, and you'll kind of experience that vacation feeling, and you'll have that honeymoon period. You'll then go into what's known as a culture shock period, which is the most testing time, and lots of things will probably happen in your life which will also really test that culture shock out. And like, I lost my grandfather, we had a lot of shit happen. Like, my grandfather got cancer back in England, and I'd only been in Canada, there goes another raven, about 9 months at the time. So when that happened, I was very much still new to Canada. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have enough vacation time built up to go back. My plan, I had booked to go back in September, but we were tight on cash, guys. It was not like I was moving here with $1 million or something like that. We really had a tight budget. In the end, my parents helped me out and got me a flight booked back, but anyways, it didn't work out, and that was tough. It was extremely tough, and it was one of the toughest experiences that I've been through in Canada. And things happen to test you all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we moved to Calgary back in January 2019, so just over a year and 8 months ago now. And when we moved here, within the first 4 months, the same thing happened. For the first couple of months, you're in that honeymoon period, everything is good, and then what happened was we lost our cat, and that was like another test of whether we were going to stay or whether we were going to go. And there's a good video on that. I don't hold back on anything. If you look back in my video, I'm going to link it in the description below. But there's a video of when I was extremely down about that, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. Now, time has gone on, and we've kind of realized that Canada is the place we want to be now. So moving back to the UK is just not a thing for us anymore that we would consider or we're looking into. We honestly don't know if Calgary is going to be the place for us for the rest of our lives. I mean, who can really say that? And we don't know if Calgary is going to be the place that we end up buying a house and living in in Canada. Calgary is a beautiful place and the landscapes are fantastic, and depending on your personality, it can be a perfect fit. It's got outdoors like this, which is just beautiful and fantastic. You get 333 days of sunshine a year, but you get no consistency in the weather. Like, the weather can be thunderstorms, it can be 10 degrees in summer, it can be 30 degrees in summer, it can be minus 30 in winter, it can be 15 degrees in winter, and there's just no kind of consistency. It keeps you on your toes. It's something I really like about Calgary. The skiing is awesome here. The only thing is, like, it's a short summer, let's face it, guys. I mean, you have winter urging into like May and April, and the same winter will be in October. It will be starting to dip its hand into October, and you'll get snow in October, and it'll be beautifully nice 20 degrees in October too, but it's just this kind of back and forth. And the fact that you lose all the leaves don't last here long, because the frost can be frosts a lot of the time. So, you know, the leaves, they generally come on the trees at the end of May, and then they're gone again by the start to middle of October. And in Ontario, it's totally different. You would have leaves on the trees until November, and the leaves would come in at the end of April. So it was a little bit earlier. It was about 2 to 3 weeks earlier, and about 2 to 3 weeks later. So you're getting 6 weeks more. And that really tips the balance from 6 months, more than 6 months of I would say winter looking. I mean, there's no consistent winter weather here, but it's winter looking, like when the trees are all brown and the ground's brown and nothing's growing, and it's kind of, you know, I wouldn't say depressing, but I would say it's just different. Most people don't like it. And then, guys, the other thing about here, which we kind of don't like, is everything is busy. You know, Calgary is a massive population in this huge area, the size of Worcestershire, where I used to live actually. And Calgary, because of that, there's really, like, nobody is going other places to buy things or anything like that. Everything is done within the city limit, and it's actually the opposite. You're getting loads of people from towns surrounding coming into Calgary as well, and that kind of makes stuff busy. And even if you're going in the mountains, if you're going hiking, it's hard to find trails which are not packed out with people. And I hate to say it, guys, but people ruin hikes for us. Like, they play music, they just generally are a nuisance. You know, you'll wait to the one side to let people pass you by, they don't even say thank you, and shit like that. It really pisses you off. And that goes with the personality types that you get that do like adrenaline sports, like hiking, ridge walking, skiing. You get a lot of asshole people do those kind of sports, and it's the same with mountain biking too. And that's just the way it is, guys, wherever the world you go. I mean, in the Alps, when I've skied there, it's been even worse. It's like fucking 75% asshole. Here it's more like 30%, but it's still a noticeable thing. So we don't know whether we're gonna stay here for the rest of time. But one thing I do know is I'm gonna continue making videos on this, so you guys are with me the whole journey. You're gonna see where we go and what happens. And you know, you've already seen from my videos, I was in Toronto, we moved out here, and who knows whether we'll stay here. And that's no discredit to Calgary. Calgary's an amazing place, but you have to be honest with yourself. Like, I think for us, we enjoy, there goes another rave. I think for us, we enjoy the quieter life, but the thing is, we like city facilities, but I don't want to be in the city ourselves. Now, if you move out of the city, it's kind of barren in the winter, like all the surrounding areas in Alberta are kind of barren and whatever. So it's a little bit, you know. And the other thing that we never really thought about in Calgary, which has been absolutely horrific this year, and part of the reason why I'm stood talking to you at 6 a.m. on this hill in Fish Creek, and I'm not here in the middle of the day, is not because there's tons of people around, it's because there's tons of fucking bugs, guys. When the sun comes up and the temperature increases, you are getting loads of bugs here, and it's everywhere in Calgary, and it's just a high count of mosquitoes and a high count of aphids and a high count of midges, and these biting bastards, apart from the aphids, are just a nuisance. And then when you get to aphid season, like the third season in of aphids, my god, you literally, if you went on a bike ride, you'd be inhaling flies. It's just that. Now these flies, they don't actually bite you, but they are a pain and a nuisance, so it's just worth noticing. And I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, just loads of birds casting off, I guess, to go hunt their prey or whatever. Kind of interesting to see. You know, gonna show you guys the mist is coming up from the stormwater drainage pond. It's starting to recede a lot, and that's because it hasn't really rained in the past month. It's rained twice, and one time you could barely even count that as rain because it didn't rain much. But we haven't got rain forecast for the next 2 weeks. So the dry season is officially here, which is good. I personally hope it stays dry because it's going to keep the bugs at bay. If it gets insanely wet, it's going to be kind of bad. But you know, it's beautiful out here. Like, you've got the mountains over there, you've got the sun coming up over there, you've got all this beauty here, you've got a massive park of wilderness. Let me show you. Just incredible. And then over here you got the sunrise. It's pretty amazing, guys, and I apologize if I look a little rough. It's because I just woke up and I came out here to film this video for you guys. I wanted to get this done nice and early before everything happens. So anyway, guys, I hope this video has kind of been interesting to you and you liked it. I wanted to come out here and do it with a backdrop of something more interesting than the inside of my house. Most of the time I'm filming these videos, it's during the day, and there's just been so many mosquitoes. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the next video. You take care of yourselves, and bye for now.